Every time you shop, the Legal Metrology Act protects you. In this Consumer Times episode, discover how the Legal Metrology Act 2009 and the revolutionary GATC Rules 2025 safeguard your rights as a consumer. Learn about accurate measurements, fair pricing, and how these laws ensure you get what you pay for. Hello and welcome to Consumer Times. I am Dr. Arun Kumar and today we are discussing something that touches every aspect of your daily life as a consumer, the Legal Metrology Act and GATC Rules. Every time you buy vegetables from your local vendor, purchase packaged food from a supermarket, fill petrol at a fuel station, or even pay your electricity bill, these laws are working behind the scenes to protect you from fraud and ensure fair trade. So let's dive deep into understanding how these regulations safeguard your hard-earned money and your rights as a consumer. Before we get into the details of the Act itself, let me explain what legal metrology actually means. In simple terms, legal metrology is the application of legal requirements to measurements and measuring instruments used in commercial transactions. It's all about ensuring accuracy and fairness in trade. When you pay for 1 kilogram of rice, you should receive exactly 1 kilogram, not 950 grams. When the petrol pump meter shows 10 liters, you should get 10 liters in your tank, not 9.5 liters. This fundamental principle of accurate measurement forms the cornerstone of honest business and consumer trust in the marketplace. The Legal Metrology Act 2009 came into force on April 1, 2011, marking a significant milestone in India's consumer protection framework. This act replaced two older pieces of legislation, the Standards of Weights and Measures Act 1976 and the Standards of Weights and Measures Enforcement Act 1985. The government recognized that these older laws, though well-intentioned, had become outdated in the face of modern commerce, globalization, and technological advancement. The new Unified Act contains 57 sections organized across 5 chapters and is administered by the Department of Consumer Affairs under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. The Act serves 3 primary objectives that directly benefit you as a consumer. First, it establishes and maintains uniform standards of weights and measures throughout India, ensuring that 1 kilogram in Delhi means the same as 1 kilogram in Chennai or Mumbai. Second, it protects consumers from unfair trade practices arising from inaccurate measurements, which is perhaps its most important function. Third, it regulates the manufacture, sale, repair, and use of weighing and measuring instruments in commercial transactions, creating a comprehensive ecosystem of accountability. Let me walk you through some of the most important provisions of this Act that directly impact your daily life. Under Section 19, every importer of weights and measures must register with the Director of Legal Metrology. This means that measuring instruments coming from abroad cannot simply enter the Indian market without proper authorization and verification. Section 23 goes further by prohibiting manufacturers, repairers, or dealers from manufacturing, repairing, or selling weights and measures without obtaining a proper license from the Controller of Legal Metrology. This licensing system ensures quality control and creates a trail of accountability. The Act also mandates that all weighing and measuring instruments used in trade must be verified and calibrated regularly by authorized officers. Whether it's the weighing scale at your neighborhood grocery store, the flow meter at the petrol pump, the electricity meter installed in your home, or the taxi meter in your cab, all these instruments must meet specific accuracy standards defined by the central government and must carry proper verification stamps indicating they have been inspected and approved. One of the most visible and impactful aspects of the legal metrology framework for consumers is the Packaged Commodities Rules 2011. These rules ensure complete transparency when you purchase any pre-packaged product. Every package you buy, whether it's a packet of biscuits, a bottle of shampoo, or a box of detergent, must contain specific mandatory information clearly printed on it. First and foremost, the name and complete address of the manufacturer, packer, or importer must be mentioned. Establishing clear accountability. If there's a quality issue or health concern, you know exactly whom to approach. Second, the net quantity of the product must be prominently displayed, whether measured by weight in kilograms or grams, by volume in liters or milliliters, or by number of items. This transparency prevents sellers from deceiving consumers about how much product they're actually getting. Third, and perhaps most crucial for your budget, is the maximum retail price or MRP. The 2021 amendment made it mandatory that MRP must be displayed only in Indian rupees, ending the confusion that sometimes arose from dual pricing in rupees and dollars. The MRP must be all-inclusive, meaning it includes all taxes, packaging charges, and any other costs, so there are no hidden surprises at the checkout counter. Additionally, packages must display the month and year of manufacture or packing, the best before or use by date where applicable, a consumer care helpline number for complaints and inquiries, and a batch number or lot number for traceability and quality control purposes. Now let's talk about something that represents a revolutionary change in India's consumer protection landscape, the government-approved Test Center Framework, commonly known as GATC Rules. These rules were originally introduced in 2013, but they have undergone significant evolution, with the most transformative amendments coming in October 2025. So what exactly is a GATC? A government-approved test center is a facility that has been authorized by the Director of Legal Metrology to verify and stamp specific categories of weights and measures. Traditionally, only government officers from the Legal Metrology Department could verify measuring instruments, but this created a massive bottleneck. With millions of weighing scales, petrol pumps, water meters, and other measuring devices across India, the government machinery simply couldn't handle the verification load efficiently. Recognizing this challenge, the government introduced the GATC framework to allow private sector participation under strict government oversight. This means that qualified private laboratories, testing facilities, and even industries with adequate infrastructure can now become authorized verification centers, working alongside government facilities to create a robust nationwide network. The October 2025 amendments to the GATC rules represent perhaps the most significant reform in India's legal metrology framework since independence. The scope of instruments that GATCs can verify has been dramatically expanded from just 10 categories to 18 categories, covering almost every measuring device you encounter in daily life. The expanded list now includes water meters, which are crucial for accurate billing in homes and industries. Medical instruments such as sphygmomanometers used for blood pressure measurement and clinical thermometers have been included, ensuring accuracy in healthcare settings. Industrial instruments like energy meters, flow meters for liquids and gases, moisture meters used in agriculture and food processing, and breath analyzers used by traffic police are now covered. Transport and infrastructure instruments such as automatic railway bridges for cargo measurement, speed meters for vehicle speed enforcement, and multidimensional measuring instruments used in logistics have been added. The list also includes non-automatic weighing instruments up to 150 kilograms, load cells that form the heart of weighing systems, beam scales commonly used in shops, counter machines, tape measures, and weights of all categories from milligrams to metric tons. One of the most transformative aspects of the 2025 amendments is the active promotion of public-private partnerships in building verification infrastructure across India. The government has launched a dedicated online portal at docker.gov.in/GATC where private industries, laboratories, and testing facilities can apply for recognition as GATCs. This digital initiative makes the application process transparent, trackable, and business-friendly, eliminating the bureaucratic hassles of the past. However, becoming a GATC is not easy. The government has set stringent requirements to ensure quality and reliability. Applicants must have proper testing and calibration facilities that are traceable to the National Physical Laboratory, which is India's primary measurement standards body. They must employ qualified technical staff with at least 3 years of experience in legal metrology or related fields. Before approval is granted, joint inspections are conducted by officials from the Department of Consumer Affairs and state legal metrology departments to physically verify the infrastructure, assess staff competence, and evaluate calibration systems. The application fee is set at 2 lakh rupees per instrument category, applicable for both new applications and annual renewals. Once recognized, GATCs must follow strict operational guidelines. They can only charge the prescribed government fees for verification services. They must maintain proper records for a minimum of 5 years, and they must complete the verification process within 15 days of receiving instruments. Their approval can be suspended or even permanently revoked if they violate any conditions, engage in malpractice, or fail to maintain standards. These reforms deliver substantial benefits to all stakeholders in the ecosystem. For you as a consumer, the expanded GATC network means that measuring instruments used in your transactions are more likely to be verified regularly and accurately. More verification centers mean shorter waiting times for businesses to get their instruments checked, which means they're less likely to use unverified or manipulated devices. This directly translates to fewer chances of being cheated on weight, volume, or measurement. Whether you are buying vegetables at a local market, filling fuel at a petrol station, or receiving water supply at home, the probability of measurement fraud decreases significantly with a robust verification network. For businesses, particularly small and medium enterprises, the decentralized verification system reduces compliance burdens and costs. Previously, a shopkeeper might have to wait weeks or even months to get a weighing scale verified because government officers were overwhelmed with applications. Now, with multiple GATCs in each state, verification becomes faster and more accessible. The harmonized fee structure introduced through the fifth schedule ensures uniformity and predictability. For example, verification of a domestic water meter costs 250 rupees. A commercial water meter costs 1000 rupees, and a non-automatic weighing instrument up to 150 kilograms costs 3000 rupees. Regional reference standard laboratories and national test house laboratories across the country have been automatically recognized as deemed GATCs, instantly creating a nationwide verification infrastructure. There's another often overlooked benefit of these reforms that connects to India's vision of self-reliance and global competitiveness. India is now recognized as an international organization of legal metrology certification authority, which means that GATCs can issue internationally recognized certificates. This is a game changer for Indian manufacturers and exporters. Previously, if an Indian company wanted to export measuring instruments or products requiring measurement certification, they often had to send samples to foreign testing agencies, which was expensive and time-consuming. Now, they can obtain global standard certification right here in India from accredited GATCs. This supports the Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative by reducing dependence on foreign certification bodies, saving foreign exchange, and helping Indian businesses compete more effectively in international markets. As an informed consumer, you should know how to exercise your rights under the Legal Metrology Act. If you encounter issues such as inaccurate weighing scales that shortchange you, misleading or incomplete package information, charging more than the printed MRP, refusal to sell at the declared MRP, or any other violation, you have multiple avenues to seek redressal. The National Consumer Helpline operates at 1-800-11-4000 and provides assistance in 17 languages, making it accessible to consumers across India regardless of language barriers. You can file complaints online through the portal consumerhelpline.gov.in, which allows you to upload photographs, documents, and track your complaint status in real time. Many progressive states have developed dedicated legal metrology complaint tracking systems. For instance, Tamil Nadu's TNLMCTS allows consumers to file complaints through their website or mobile app, with innovative features like voice recording, video recording, and photograph uploads to provide evidence. The system sends SMS updates about your complaint status at every stage, ensuring transparency. For more serious violations, or if you're not satisfied with the initial response, you can approach consumer forums established under the Consumer Protection Act 2019, which works in tandem with legal metrology laws to provide comprehensive consumer protection. Under Section 50 of the Legal Metrology Act, there are provisions for appeals to higher authorities including the Commissioner of Legal Metrology and even the central government if you believe justice has not been served at lower levels. The Act contains strong deterrent provisions to ensure businesses take their legal obligations seriously. Companies and traders violating legal metrology regulations face significant penalties including substantial fines and imprisonment. Using unapproved or unverified measuring instruments can result in fines up to 2 lakh rupees. Tampering with verification stamps or using instruments with broken or removed stamps is a serious offense punishable with imprisonment up to 1 year. Providing incorrect package information, failing to declare MRP, charging more than the declared MRP, or refusing to sell at the printed MRP can all result in prosecution. For repeat offenders or serious violations, penalties become even more severe, including license cancellation, business closure, and product seizure. These strict provisions ensure that the vast majority of businesses comply with the law, creating a fairer marketplace for everyone. To conclude, the Legal Metrology Act 2009 and the GATC Rules, especially after the transformative 2025 amendments, form a comprehensive and modern framework protecting your fundamental right to accurate measurement and transparent pricing in commercial transactions. The recent amendments represent India's commitment to modernizing consumer protection while simultaneously promoting business efficiency, reducing compliance costs, and supporting the nation's self-reliance goals. As consumers, awareness truly is your greatest weapon in the marketplace. Always look for verification stamps on weighing scales and measuring devices. Demand printed bills for all your purchases. Carefully verify package information including MRP and net quantity before buying. Check expiry dates on perishable goods. And most importantly, don't hesitate to raise your voice and file complaints if you notice any irregularities or violations. Remember, every time you stand up against unfair trade practices, you're not just protecting yourself and your family, but you're also contributing to building a fairer, more transparent, and more trustworthy marketplace for every citizen of India. That's all for today's episode of Consumer Times. If you found this information useful and empowering, please hit the like button, share this video with your friends and family so they too can become aware consumers, and subscribe to our channel with the bell icon turned on for more consumer awareness content. Leave your questions, experiences, and suggestions in the comments section below. We read every comment and your feedback helps us create better content. Until next time, stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay protected.